I feel it still has many fruits that we still digesting to this day, although it was written so long ago. We're still feeding on the fruits that are in Romans, and it's something that we can all learn consistently. I mean, on a day-to-day basis, on a minute-to-minute basis. You know, we're gonna start with Romans 5, 17 through 19, please. Let me know when you're ready. Can I get an amen?
Amen. Amen.
All right. I'm gonna read them out. For the sin of this one man, Adam, caused death to rule over many. But even greater is God's wonderful grace and his gift of righteousness. For all who receive it will live in triumph over sin and death through this one man, Jesus Christ. Yes, Adam's one sin brings condemnation for everyone, but Christ's one act of righteousness brings a right relationship with God and new life for everyone. For just as through the disobedience of the one man, the many were made sinners, so also through the obedience of the one man, that many will be made righteous. Now, we see here that sinners are sinners, not only because they sin, but mainly because of the disobedience of one man. On the contrary, those that show obedience could possibly be made righteous. See, the devil wants us to be focused on things that don't pertain to anything that we should be concentrating and focusing on. For example, we all got Bible verses, we all do Bible readings. You said all day you're thinking in your head, I want to do 5 verses tonight. As soon as you open that book, everything's, your house is peaceful, everything, you're in the room, war room, whatever you want to call it, wherever your zone is. And then you read 3 and your eyes start getting heavy, falling asleep. And I'm sure it's happened to everybody at least once. All right? And there goes your 5 verses. The next morning you wake up, oh man, I'm supposed to read, I'm going to try it again. All right? And it's there's a lot of different examples you could put to that. That's just one that hit me because it happens to me a lot. Or you read 3 verses and you come into Bible class the next day and the person next to you read 10. And your mind's like, why can't I read 10? Maybe I got to do a little bit more. And that's your brain working with you. It's actually the devil putting these thoughts in your head and trying to keep your brain occupied and trying to keep you away from the obedience that we need to display to God. 2 Corinthians 10, 4 through 5 says, the weapons we fight with are not the weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds. We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. And we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. Amen. Excuse me. The last sentence, obedience to Christ. It doesn't say obedience to us or to do what we want to do. It says to be obedient to Christ. So the essence of the warfare that we're dealing with is to have our thoughts focused on the obedience of Christ. Yes. And not the devil and not all the other thoughts that come and try to take over the positive, righteous thoughts that we do have. There's nothing righteous you can do to undo the fact that you're a sinner. Good deeds, you can do 1,000,001 good deeds, I personally think. But now that you're being obedient to Christ, now you could be made righteous through Christ. And forgiven from all sin. Doesn't matter what the sin is. With that being said, we could be a sin in the morning, and by afternoon we could be made righteous. That's an awesome thing. Amen. Only problem is we take that for granted. And we'll go out, we'll do the sin, we'll, sorry Lord, and then the next day we find ourselves in the same situation again. And something as small as honking the horn at somebody that wants to go by you, to something, a more major crime or sin. We have to stray from that. We have to stick to the obedience and be obedient to the word. Well,
Amen. Amen.
we won't be obedient if we don't focus on the word and dedicate more time to be learning the word and using it every chance we could possibly get to use it.
That's right.
His grace that he has for us, it's out of this world. It's a phenomenal thing.
Amen.
But we won't be able to value it unless we're obedient to his word. Okay. Deuteronomy 28:1 says, if you fully obey the Lord, your God, if you fully obey the Lord, your God, and carefully follow all his commandments I give you today, the Lord your God will set you high above all the nations on earth. Okay. If you don't believe, James 1:22 says, do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says.
Amen.
Right. I'm going to leave it with that. I think the message got across. It means a lot to me. It's something I'm working on myself.
Amen.
Just a lot I think a lot of this was put in front of me for me. And it's something I had other ones, and I said, you know what? I'm going with this.
Praise God.
So,
Hallelujah.